It's been a treacherous 7 years since Mario Maker 2 released, and last year I started coding my own Mario Maker fan game called Koopa Construct, which is pretty much just Mario Maker but with more cool stuff to use. One thing that really disappointed me about Mario Maker 2 was its lack of some of the most iconic power-ups seen in the Mario franchise, and the fact that the ones that were added were mostly exclusive to specific game styles. So in my game I've decided to implement a wide array of power-ups in all game styles, which I will be showing off today, starting off with the Ice Flower. The Ice Flower was originally introduced in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and it let Mario shoot ice balls at enemies to freeze them, which he could then pick up and throw around. In my game I've effectively done the same thing, but after 3 seconds they start shaking and then they break. I think I'm gonna change it so they only unthaw instead though. For flying enemies I made it so they stay in the air for 3 seconds after being frozen, but after that they start shaking and then they fall down. I think this really allows for cool platforming challenges like you can see in the background here. The ice block that's created when an enemy is hit also adjusts to the enemy size, so you can get bigger ice blocks like this one. Although some enemies might react differently to ice flowers, whether if they unthaw immediately or refuse to freeze at all. I did find some cool tech you can do with the munchers and ice flowers, but I'm not sure if I'll make it so munchers can be frozen in the final game, because I don't think they do that in any official games. I think overall the functionality for the ice flower is pretty good the way it is now. The Boomerang Flower was a power-up that got introduced in Mario 3D Land, and that's pretty self-explanatory. You can throw boomerangs that hit enemies, collect collectibles, hit blocks and whatnot. The original Mario Maker did have this power-up, but it was limited to the 3D World game style. In my game I've tried to make it as accurate as possible to the one in the 3D World style, down to how it's thrown, how it returns to you, and even how it can't go down more than 4 tiles. Do you know that? Because I definitely didn't until now. There's not really much to say about this one, it's literally just how it works in Mario Maker. It can take down large clusters of enemies. Even though it's such a simple power-up, I think it's a necessity to have it in this fan game since the original Mario Maker 2 had it. And there's so many cool contraptions you can set up with on-off switches and stuff. But dear god, it was such a pain to code this to behave exactly like it is in Mario Maker 2. The next power-up I'm covering is probably one of the most neglected power-ups in the Mario series, but maybe that's because of how stupidly overpowered it was. I'm talking about the Hammer Suit, which lets you throw hammers like Hammer Bros, and that's about it. This power-up wasn't too hard to code, but I did have to take some precautions like making sure the hammer speed adjusts to your movement speed. The Hammer Suit also has a crouch ability, which lets you protect yourself from projectiles by hiding in your shell, but I literally haven't implemented any enemies that shoot projectiles yet, so you can't see it. Just like the Boomerang Suit, this power-up is perfect for taking out large clusters of enemies. This power-up can take out most enemies except for like rare exceptions like maybe munchers and thwomps, but other than that it can pretty much kill everything. It's also perfect for all the little Timmies out here who want to make levels like this, cause sure, why not. But honestly this is one of my favorite power-ups growing up, and I was kinda disappointed that I didn't get added in Mario Maker 2, so I'm glad we have it here. Yeah, I did just erase those innocent piranha plants. What are you gonna do about it? The next power-up I'll be showing off is the Blue Shell power-up, which is definitely a fan favorite. Originated from New Super Mario Bros. DS. When you reach full sprinting speed, you enter a shell and you can bounce off blocks, kill enemies. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome actually. And then whenever you want to leave the shell, you can just let go of the run button and boom, you're out. I had a surprisingly easy time coding this in my game because I quite literally just copied most of the shell code and it worked. I even added functionality for hitting question mark blocks. And of course you can kill as many enemies as you want. And you can do whatever the hell this is. Yeah, you can do that. And even if you wanted, you could create some like crazy cool parkour courses like this. I mean, this power-up just has so many cool uses. Alright, the next power-up also originates from New Super Mario Bros. DS. The Mini Mushroom lets you fit through smaller gaps, run on water, and you're floaty as hell. You just like 0 gravity. I don't know anymore, bro. I'm tired. In later games, you could also run on like walls and stuff. I started implementing that, but like everyone told me it sucked and not to add it, so I didn't add it. There really isn't too much interesting going on with this power-up. You can see you can jump higher. You're really floaty when you have this, and your hitbox is tiny. And you might be wondering what differentiates the Mini Mushroom from the Weird Mushroom. Well, it's simple. Let me tell you right now, in fact. Alright, anyway, so last but not least, we have the Bubble Flower that came from Mario Wonder, a new power-up, very new power-up in fact. Lets you bubble enemies into coins, or you can even jump on top of them to gain height. There's a lot of cool platforming potential here. Alright, here you can see it in action. Mario can spit out bubbles and then he can jump on top of them. And just like in the game, you can also bubble enemies and they turn into coins. Isn't that awesome? And look, you can even do it through walls. I should really add a sound effect for that. And I'm sure you all know you can do this with the Bubble Flower. It's kind of crazy. I specifically programmed it so you can do it in my game as well. Yeah, and that's about it for the Bubble Flower. You can just bubble things as you please, I guess. I mean, I don't... Oh, yeah, great. Good job. Good job. Good job. You're such a good game player. If you want to see more of this game, consider joining the Discord where I'll be posting more devlogs that are exclusive. There's already one there. Go check it out now. But yeah, that's about it for today. Discord, top of the description, top of the pinned comment, whatever the hell it's called. Contributor names in the description. Credits for footage in the description. I'm in the description. You'll be in the description. We all end up in the description.